This is a comment. Let's see, a 27-year-old woman. She's overweight, 5'7", 390 pounds. She actually went up to 420 pounds, and she's down to 390 now. Due to money issues, I depend upon solely upon my student finances. Right? Ooh. Honey, well, you know what? You can always ask them if there's any herbs in the back and see if somebody's left us something. We're about to burn all those up with all the people that are asking for help, but we'll do everything we can to help you. Being that heavy, it might be hard to, and that's not heavy. I told you we had a 700-pound client. I know Dick Gregory had a 1,200 and some pound client. Dick Gregory is a great guy. He wrote a book years ago called Cooking with Mother Nature, and it was all raw foods. It was a good little book. Dick Gregory used to be a great big comedian, and now he's been a raw foodist for a lot of years. The same thing, sweetheart. You're going to want to work on your adrenals and probably thyroid here. Could be a little bit of a pituitary. I did comment on this, I think, at one time here, but do your best with the raw. If you have to have a little cooked, if you have to have a little starch once in a while, do the baked sweet potato to kind of give you that something as you move yourself down this line. You want to get a hold of your fungal problems. This is where your desires come in. You want to build up those adrenals. It'll strengthen your emotions and give you more inner strength. Make sure you're not cold. Check your basal temperatures under your arms. Make sure they're at least 97.5 or 6. I'll take that today. And work on these areas to help you increase metabolism, also to help the adrenals metabolize sugars better. At the same time, you're working on your kidneys. You're going to move your lymph, and the value of this is the edema you carry. Because in real probability, you're probably carrying 15, 20 pounds of water there as well, being so acidic. So all this will help, and the adrenal steroids then will help to rearrange your body, particularly the hips and the breasts and stuff. So work with that, and you'll be okay, honey. We have a Heal All tea. It's real cheap. They might even send you some, and drink that and start clean yourself out a little bit that way. Is this the rest of it? This might be the rest of yours. If it is, I'll just keep on going down this line. Let me see. I have constant bleeding. If this is you, so I'm just going to keep on reading here. It looks like it is. You have constant bleeding, some days heavier than others. That's not good. All right. Are you doing blood transfusions with that? What's going on with your blood workup? I have a hemostatic, which is a bleeding formula. It's called bleeding. I would get on that one. I'm sure they will work out a deal with you on that. That's to stop internal bleeding like that. You generally don't use it for menses, of course, but in this case, boy, I would. Being with weight and everything, I really suspect your pituitary here. That controls the ovaries and ovarian menses and stuff, and so I'd really be concernful with that. You're on our female reproductive formula. If you're that heavy, you're going to have to do 2 dropperfuls or more of that one. I would definitely do that bleeding hemostatic formula. I would probably do a glandular here for the pituitary gland. Let's see, you're 5'7", so you're not too short, so that's good. Because if you were too short or too tall, it would be definitely confirmation of the pituitary. FSH controls the ovaries and certain, so I would be suspecting the pituitary. If you ever can get a real up-close picture of your eyes, I'll be able to help you a little deeper with that part of it. But you want to get control of that. That's what the female reproductive formula will do, is get control of your bleeding. It's a progesterone-like formula. It's suggestive that you have too much estrogen. That's not good, because this could lead to endometriosis, uterine fibroids, things like this. So real important to get that bleeding under control. Again, I would take that hemostatic, that bleeding formula to stop that bleeding. You've had this problem ever since you were 16 and you're 27. You haven't mentioned you've had blood transfusions. You've got to be anemic from that. That's horrible, honey. Well, the bigger you get, the more estrogen you produce because your body produces estrogen in the fat cells. Even though I don't consider that an ovarian estrogen, but that can cause systemic edema and stuff like that from being too acidic. Could have an influence. I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, you might have a week or 3 day goes by with no bleeding, then everything goes again. Oh, honey. Stress, bowel movements, or sometimes just random occurrences. Let's see. Oh, man. You passed blood clots 5 inches long. Wow. Wow, and 1 inch thick. Wow, wow, wow. Yeah, you need to stay on some raw foods. A lot of fruit and berries. Full of antioxidants, full of nutrition, full of alkaline chemistry. Your lymph is a mess. Your uterine wall's a mess. You're really having a lot of estrogen problems. So I would definitely address that pituitary gland. Really get into that. You're probably going to need to get a pituitary glandular. This is going to be a case where a glandular would be recommended. I don't know if the female reproductive formula is going to be strong enough, fast enough for you. Chase tree is a pituitary berry, and that's what the power pack of that is chase tree or you have no children. Let's see. All of the women in my family have had hysterectomy. So, yeah, I mean, definitely working on some genetics, sweetheart. Yeah. 2 bottles of reproductive formula. I'd take, with that size, I'd take quite a bit of that, probably 4 times a day. See how you do with that. You currently smoke cigarettes. Well, I know that your emotions are probably a mess, honey. So work on your adrenals. You might even need to do an adrenal glandular to help bring those adrenals up. Taking a glandular doesn't increase blood pressure. Taking our adrenal formula does. Licorice is a great herb. It's great as controlling blood sugar because it mimics cortisol, but it is also great at immediately bringing up blood pressure. And that's for all you low blood pressure people. Matter of fact, high blood pressure is low blood pressure, which is weak adrenals and kidneys, which causes high blood pressure. It's a cycle. But I would try to cut down, as much as possible. Smoke a little, tear it off, whatever you've got to do to wean down. But you're pulling acids right into your blood. And acids on top of acids are just going to make more acidosis and more problems here with bleeding and other things. I also might, if you were going to continue down this route, I would power pack my body with a lot of kelp. And the reason for kelp is you've got iodine for the thyroid and parathyroid, and then you've got the calcium. Because you could be pulling your calcium out so much that your capillaries just that much estrogen is just keeping your capillaries popping. You really need the raw foods. You really need the fruits and berries. That's perfect for blood clots and stuff. They're also some degree of hemostatic in their own way. And look at these sort of things. I don't see a blood test here, but boy, I would like to look at your platelets and things. If you run low platelets, get to your spleen. Take a spleen formula and build your spleen up so you'll have more platelets so you can clot better. Get rid of the smoking. If you got to get a hookah or get a water pipe, even if it's tobacco, find a way to buffer those acids you're bringing into the body. Take a lot of kelp, because you really need to bring iodine and calcium in the body, but with its brothers and sisters in chemistry. Not take it as an extract or as an isolate. So work with that, and I think that'll help you immensely to grab a hold of this and to stop all this. So these are some of the things. I would definitely have one of the girls work with you.